first thing you're going to want to do when braiding your hair is prep your hair, okay? This will save you so much time, energy, effort, tears, heartache. I like to blow dry my hair, and I even go as far as to straighten my hair with a flat iron because my hair is very prone to tangles. I don't want to be grabbing, breaking hair off, trying to braid it and getting frustrated, so I straighten my hair as well. And then you're going to want to pre-part your hair. I'm going to show you in the next clip, but basically you're going to part your hair from ear to ear straight across, and then at the top vertically as well. This will give you clean parts. Next, you're going to want to count how many rows you need for your head, depending on the size of your head and how big you want the braids. I have pretty small braids or medium braids, so I did 5 rows at the top. Okay, so next is the pre-parting. You're going to want to split that row that you did in the back in half. So you're going to have 2 different rows to start off with in the back. 1, 2. Okay, so my first bottom row, I have 4 braids. So depending if you want small, medium, large, you can do 3 braids, 4 braids, 2 braids. It depends on you.
Who was that? I don't know.
What I like to do when I part each row, I like to twist them up so I don't mistakenly snatch hair from different sections and start braiding that. Next, you're going to want to gather up your materials. Do this in advance so you have everything ready. Here's my braiding hair. I like to use the Expressions braiding hair that is already pre-stretched so you don't have to do that stretching. I like a hand towel because my hands start to get sweaty after a while. Some waterless moisturizer, some braiding wax gel to hold down my edges, a braiding comb, some clips, a handheld mirror so I can see in the back, and some water to hydrate because you're going to be sitting down for a long time. Okay, next is the braiding portion. Make sure you get any hair out the way. You grab your 3 pieces of braiding hair and we're going to start. Detangle your hair first so it doesn't get knotted up. Part your hair in the size that you want your braid to be. Pin your hair out the way. Add some gel. And then you're going to get 3 strands of your real hair. You're going to grab your first piece of braiding hair by the middle of the hair or the middle of the strand. Then you're going to grab the right piece, bring it under, as you see I'm doing with my fingers here. Grab your braiding hair. Okay, stick it in 2 pieces of hair. Grab the left piece, bring it under. Grab another piece of braiding hair, stick it on in. And then grab the middle piece and bring it under. That's the best way I can describe how to braid your hair. You're going to need to practice and you're going to need patience. I used to learn off of a mannequin if I wanted to braid, but to be honest, I was braiding my hair since middle school, and other people have taught me. It's something you can learn like when somebody is telling you what to do, but you really have to practice it so your mind can grasp this concept. Okay, and then you're going to want to detangle and grip the hair, tighten it as you go so it won't be loose. And then that's it. You'll just continue braiding down the length. I added braided hair about twice during this process as I was braiding each individual hair. This just makes it longer and thicker. When I was done, it was about butt length, but keep in mind if you plan to curl your hair, you want it about a little bit longer than the original length because when you curl it, it's going to spring upwards. My pattern for the 2 front sections of my hair was 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, meaning I had 2 braids at the bottom and then 3, 4, 4, and 5. Towards the middle of your head in the back section, that tends to be the longest part. So I would say just have patience. I was watching YouTube videos, I was watching movies while I was doing this process. I was just relaxing because the energy that you bring into doing your hair is the energy that you will get out of. If you're frustrated, mad, angry, guess what? You're gonna have more of a tendency to rip out your hair, break your hair, be frustrated. So just make sure you're having a good time and that you are genuinely enjoying the process of beautifying yourself, girl, because you deserve it. You deserve to save time and money at the salon, okay? And to teach yourself a new skill. The way it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning and it took me 30 minutes just to make this little part right here is diabolical. I'm like so upset because I was making good timing, but it took me forever just to make this little part at the crown. It's 2:30 in the morning, okay, and I just finished my hair. Am I a crazy fool for starting my hair at 4:30 in the afternoon when I was gonna be off Friday anyways, and I could have just started Thursday instead I finished it all on Wednesday? I said I was gonna straighten my hair and kind of like start a little bit, but then I ended up doing the whole thing, just like my husband said I would do. I don't know. Anyways, ooh, they look good too, yes. This is an investment on time. So I don't spend time, you know, weekly maintenance with my hair. It's already done. I'm gonna show more of it tomorrow. I'm gonna curl the ends with some hot water and I will show you the final results. All right, good night. I'm going to sleep. Hey guys, so I'm back the next morning after being up until 2:30 to finish my hair. I went and clipped off all like the frizzy pieces from my hair. So what I did was I took my scissors and then if there were any, like, I cut most of them off already, but if there were any like stray hairs sticking out like how you see here, I would just take the scissors and just cut them like this, and I would literally go through like each strand and just cut the hair sticking out. It just makes it look more polished and neat, so there won't be like hair, like little pieces of hair sticking out everywhere. I don't know, when I used to get my hair done by braiders, that's what they would do when they're finished. I clipped my ends, so this is how long it looks. I didn't braid it all the way down because I'm going to make the ends curly, and then this is a way to, you know, make it look prettier, to seal the ends so that they don't unravel. So if you want the ends curlier or tighter, you would do smaller sections. If you want them looser, you would do bigger sections. So I'm gonna do 4 braids. So I'm gonna split my hair in half, and I'm gonna split this in half. I'm just gonna braid the ends where I stopped braiding the individual braids, so like around here. And I'm going to make them kind of tight because I want them really curly. And this is what I always do. You can also use flexi rods if you want to get curly ends. I know back in the day they used to burn your ends. We don't do much of that anymore. And then Once I get to the very end, I can't really braid anymore. I'm going to twist it, because if you don't twist or braid it, it's going to come out straight. Some people do dip their ends in hot water, just straight ends, they don't braid it. I personally like the curly look, so I always just braid it and then dip it in hot water, but it's your preference. And then I'm just going to tie a rubber band at the end so it doesn't loosen. Okay, so I'm going to do that for 4 sections, and then I'm going to get my tea kettle ready with boiling hot water and dip the ends. Okay, so I have 4 braids in my head. I have a tea kettle right here that I'm going to turn on to the highest temperature, so that's going to boil. And a tea kettle is so much easier than getting a big old pot of water and waiting for that to boil. That only takes like a few minutes, so I love doing that. So that's a braiding tip if you want to curl your ends. And I just wanted to show you how much hair I ended up using. I got this rack from Amazon, if you're wondering. And what I do, so I washed my hair last week. I like to prepare in advance because I know this is going to be an all-day affair, but it didn't take me that long this time around, and I think it's because of all the preparations that I made. I will part the hair, so I knew I wanted like small braids. I pre-parted the hair, and this is already pre-stretched hair, so you don't have to do none of that stretching. So I made like little separations like this, and I put them all over. And I think I had like 3 packs of hair, and I've only used one side. I literally used exactly one side of the rack, so that means I used 1.5 packs of hair. So I literally have like another braiding style to go. So like I was saying, I washed my hair a few days ago, I blow dried it, and then I straightened it before I started braiding my hair, because I want the roots as flat as possible. And my hair gets like really puffy even when you blow dry. It's not really bone straight. It's never really bone straight even when I straighten it. It's easier to part my hair when it's straight, that way I'm not like, the roots aren't tangled. It just takes me a long time to part my hair. It literally took me like 10 minutes to part each row in the back. And then for some reason when I got to the crown, that took me like 30 minutes to part, even though it was like the smallest section. So yeah, I think because of the curve of the crown area, it was very difficult for me to part the hair straights. Okay, the water finished boiling, so I'm gonna wait till it stops bubbling, and then I have a towel to catch my hair from being dipped in this hot water. Carefully take this top off, and then just gonna dip both of the front braids in here. And you need to be mindful of your hair length, because of course you don't want to put your real hair in this boiling hot water because it might damage it. So I'm not gonna dump like the whole thing in there, just the ends of the braiding hair. And I'll leave it in here for like a minute. It doesn't even need to be in here for a minute, probably like 30 seconds. This feels so good on your scalp. Oh my gosh. You can find hair charms like these at the beauty supply store. I actually found these from Burlington, surprisingly. Some random one-off item probably. They came in gold and silver, and I just like the gold ones. They look so cute in your hair. So yeah, are you going to try to do your own box braids this summer as a protective hairstyle? I challenge you, let me know down below if you will ever do this, if you've never done box braids yourself. The first time it might come out a little wonky, you know, the first time we do anything in life, it's not as, you know, perfect as we want it to be, but I promise as you keep trying over and over again, you will get it right. And someday somebody will come up to you and be like, hey girl, who did your hair? You'll be like, I did. You can make a little business, a little side hustle out of it, you know? So anyways, comment down below, subscribe to join the family, okay sis? And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I'm actually thinking about doing different hairstyles that you can do with box braids. So yeah, until next time, bye.